Yeah, adjust your mirrors however you need to. So why don't you go ahead and back up. Four-way flashers, looking all around. And come to a stop. And what I'd like to do. So go ahead and put it in park for a second. We'll talk about what we're going to do. When we look at this lot in front of us, we can see that there is a big hole here. So we're not going to want to do any maneuvers near that hole. Oh. So we might actually have to turn around and come back this way because this part looked pretty flat. But let's talk about it first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to turn, and you're not going to turn.
Okay.
So like you as the student aren't either going to understand, or you're going to be scared, or you're not going to do what I ask you to do.
Okay.
We're going to start off very simply with either a left or a right turn.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So let's go set up. Let's go all the way to the other side of the parking lot. And if we can see the lines for the cars, let's pretend like that's a lane. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, we don't want to hit the snowbank. This whole situation is going to happen at 15 miles an hour. And for the purposes of this situation, I do not want you to hit the gas. I just want you to fail to turn.
Okay.
Okay. So when you're with the student, you're not quite sure what they're going to do. But like, let's just start off this way and we'll make it a little more difficult as we do it. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to go down here, and then I'm going to ask you to turn to the right.
Okay.
Okay. And you're going to not do that for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and roll. And again, maximum speed's 15 here. So let's go ahead and go straight. There's no cars around us. I'm adjusting my body so I can grab it. Also putting my foot over the top of the brake. Go ahead and take a right here. Go ahead and take a right here. Using my brake, grabbing the top of the wheel and spinning it like this. Coming to a stop. Okay, and then if we're in a place where we can talk about what just happened, we debrief about what happened, right? Yeah. So that would look like, hey, I noticed you didn't turn there. What was going on, right? And then you could come up with a reason why you didn't turn.
Right.
Okay. Also, you took your hands off the wheel entirely. That sometimes happens. So in that situation, I would continue to hold on to the wheel. The other thing notice that I did is I used my foot on the brake. So before I touched the wheel, I put my foot on the brake. That way, if we do hit the snowbank or the car or whatever, we're going slower. There's less force there. Okay. Let's go up and set up again. Let's do exactly the same thing. We'll go back to the top of the lot. So same situation. Coming up here, we're going to take a right when we get to the end of it. I'm going to ask you to do it. I'm going to ask you probably 3 times, right?
To turn right.
To turn to the right, yes.
Yeah.
And then you're going to decide not to. This time, if you want, you can use the gas. So sometimes this will happen if you're going around a corner and they get excited. So they know they're going too fast. They push their foot down expecting the brake to be there, but their foot's in the wrong place. Okay? So let's go ahead and go. As an instructor right now, I'm scanning as we approach the intersection. I'm super concerned about what's behind us. So coming up here, I want you to take a right. Take a right. I'm using the brake, going like this. Now, if you go ahead and put your foot on the brake. So, again, you let go of the wheel. Okay? Okay. Now you are a 15-year-old boy, right? And you are full of energy, and you're on the JV team, but you might be on the varsity team because you have that much skill, and you're that excited about life. Okay? Go ahead and hold your hands on the wheels. 9 and 2, or 9 and 3. When I go to grab the wheel, you are cocksure of yourself. You're 100% sure that you can do this better than I can, even though I've been driving for 25 years, okay? So because of that, you're not gonna let go of the wheel easily, okay? I'm still gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take my hand and grab under the wheel. This way I have leverage, so I can pull it on hard. The other thing I can do is put my elbow on this and move your hand off the wheel.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm actually physically using my arm to push your hand off the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay? So that is for a right turn. Let's go ahead and go to the other side of the parking lot, and we'll do left turns. And you can choose whether or not you want to leave your hands on the wheel, fight me, do any of the things that you might do as a regular student.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to go ahead and go straight now. And coming up here, we're going to take a left. We're not taking a left, so I'm hitting the brake, grabbing under the wheel, over. So notice that I'm like in your zone.
Yeah.
Like I am moving your hands off the wheel.
Yeah.
That has to happen.
Yeah.
If you can't get full purchase, so like if you go to grab, I'm gonna put this brake for a second. If you go to grab and you hit their hand or anything, you can jam your hand in the hole and spin it.
Okay.
Right? Because like sometimes that's your best option.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put your hands like normal on the wheel. So when you grab, again, we're in park, when you grab, you need to make sure, like if you're going this way, that you could do this and move.
Right.
Like, so we're actually using our arm to physically move you out of the way.
Yeah.
If I went right here, I would have a very limited,
right.
Like your arm could potentially move me out of the way.
So if they're turning left, you want to go underneath their arm.
You want to grab
if they're
under.
turning right, you want to go over
the top of their arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's switch and I'll mess with you.
Okay. So, and you're not going to make the left.
Yeah, but you don't know that yet.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so we're in drive and we are going. You can go just at 50 miles an hour.
Okay.
Okay, and you're getting ready to make your turn.
So I should have my blinker on,
Yep,
probably.
put your blinker on and make the turn. Make the turn. Make the turn.
Okay. But that's fine because we didn't hit anything.
Right.
Right, and we started to do the turn.
But I need to tell you that I'm going on the brake.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah. But in a situation, it's kind of like if you're going around a rotary with a student and they're trying to go around the rotary, but they're really worried about their blinker. It's way more important to get around the rotary than it is to use the blinker to leave.
Right.
Right. Like, I mean, order of operations. Like, let's get successfully out of the intersection and then worry about that. So,
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Let's go reset and I'll do the other side.
Okay. But that was all right. I mean, I went underneath you. I got
Yeah,
your arm
right.
out. Cool.
So the other thing is, I think you noticed you had to move your body. Your body position is really important for you to get leverage.
Yeah.
So especially when you're new, like with a new student, and you're not sure what they're going to do, it's helpful to
just be ready.
Be ready.
Yeah.
And move your body before you need to. So up here, we're going to try to turn to the right.
Yep.
Do you remember?
There will be no lounging when there's a new student in the car.
Right. I mean, you have to be more alert than they are because they don't know what they're even looking for.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing that my dad told me, which makes a ton of sense, is they can still kill you on the 10th hour. So if you've been with somebody and they've been really good since 4th hour, 5th hour, and it seems like they know what they're doing, you still can't let your guard down.
Yeah.
Because they haven't made all the mistakes they're going to do to become a driver that knows how to drive. So.
Yeah.
All right, so this time I'm going to hit the gas instead. Now, we've talked about this previously. There's something you can do to make sure there's no more input of gas. Do you remember what it is?
I can flip this.
And push that up. Yeah. Ready for that play? Ready to play that game?
Sure.
Okay. So again, this I've only had to do twice ever.
Yeah.
So in 8 years, I've only had to do this twice, but it was super helpful both times.
Yeah.
Right. As we approach every intersection, what is the most important mirror for you to know what's going on?
The rear view mirror?
Rear view mirror.
Yeah,
you want to know exactly who's behind you. Yeah, because if you have to do this maneuver, you have to know if you're scrubbing speed or stopping the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scrubbing speed isn't just slowing down.
Slowing down, even sometimes 3 miles an hour. If you're slowing down 3 miles an hour, you're just using the brake, and the student will probably be able to navigate.
Yeah.
If you're going 10 miles an hour too fast, it's likely you're going to have to touch this and the brake.
Yeah.
Right. So as you approach and as you get closer, realize that like your choices are being limited by the speed you're doing and the distance away from the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready to rock?
Let's go.